to my channel. According with titles, yes, today we are roasting a girl's name Esperanza Casteleiro Liamazares. Okay? Now, who is Esperanza Casteleiro? The Deputy Director of Central Intelligence Agency of Spain. And now, in these cases, here is the moment, Central National Intelligence Agency of Spain. And now, what is today's topic? Today's topic is about illegal immigrants. And now, in these cases, illegal immigrants is now a dangerous issue in where illegal immigrants is now a dangerous issue in our Spain borders, particularly the Spain neighbor borders. Now, why I am saying that? Now, let's check it the moments. Okay, and now here is this cases as the times. Oh, only in the wrong times. Okay, now let's check it. Here we can see sources now YouTube Israel. Okay. Generally here BBC news is notorious in the case of the left wing or wokeisms, but now this times here we can see what was the news. Here news was here 60,000 migrants in quarters, and migrants storm Spanish borders. What happened in Ceuta and why? Okay. Now here we can see this points. Thousands of migrants try to enter Spanish to enclave Ceuta from Morocco. Okay. Now we can see those points. The last views is last video contains 505,000 views, and now second last was 254,000 views. Okay, and now here is the moments. Now let's check it. What's going on? Okay. Now here we can see just one words. Okay. Okay. Now here we can see. Now here I could contain some one points, and now it is in significant terms at the moment. Well, now here we have never seen like this before. Well, 10 of thousands of migrants have now made from Morocco into this Spanish silver of the South Africa. Now, and the cases, Madrid is deploying military units is bordered with Morocco, and the effort of the restored orders. Well, now Spain far-right Vox party call this as invasions. Okay. Now here we can see the points. Who was the girl? Here we can see the girl was in Esperanza Casteleiro Liamazares. Here Deputy Directors of National Intelligence Centers of Spain. She is she is Director of National Intelligence Center since May 22, and now she was previously Secretary of State of Defense from 2020 to 2022. Okay, and now here is the moments. Well, and now look at this. Now Esperanza Casteleiro, the women's, is now Director of Spanish Central Intelligence Agency. Now what happened in Spain, in this cases in Spain, there was a significant moment. So the image 60,000 illegal immigrants crosses the Spanish borders with North African territories that scored with the Moroccos. And now, in this cases, there was a short of ponds. Okay. Now here we can see it is only the 60,000 illegal immigrants from Morocco. And now let's check it the plan of Esperanza Casteleiro to bring the illegal immigrants from where? Illegal immigrants from here Iran. Okay. Now let's check it the moments. Here we have to contain just one more minutes. In these cases, now it is just an naval routes. Well, now let's check at the points. Well, here we can see departure is Kashems, the city of port of Iran, and arrival is Cadiz, the port of Spain. And now let's check at the points and what's going on. In that cases, here we could notify at the points. First of all, well, the Iranian illegal immigrants have to reach the Strait of Hormuz, and they have to cross here Gulf of Oman, and they have to cross here Northern Arabian Sea near to Pakistan Sea Beach and Indian Sea Beach. Okay. Now let's check it at the moment. Here Pakistan Sea Beach like Karachi and Indian Sea Beach like Suraj. Then they have to cross to here sea beach like Kerala, the provincial state of India. Then they have to cross to here sea beach, southern sea beach of Sri Lanka. Well, they have to cross to sea beach like an Visakhapatnam, okay, Odisha and Kolkata. Then they have to cross to the sea beach of Bangladesh. I am talking about the Iranian illegal immigrants. Okay. Now in these cases, here is the moments. Then they have to cross the sea beach of here Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia. Well, then they have to cross to the sea beach of the Western Australia, provincial state of Australia. Okay. Then they have to cross to the sea near to Southern Oceans and Northern Atlantic Oceans. Then they have to cross the sea beach of Madagascar, Estonia, Mozambique, or South Africa, Namibia, Angola, Ecuador, Guyana, Lagos, Accra, and Liberia. Then they have to cross the one sea beach of near to Brazil. Okay. Then they have to cross the sea beach of Guyana from South Africa. And here then they have to cross the sea beach of Caracas, the capital city of Venezuela, and the middle sea beach of Cuba. And here then they have to cross the sea beach of here Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau, Senegal's Western Sahara, and Morocco to reach Cadiz, the port of Spain. Now, in these cases, what is the here naval distance? In that cases, your naval distance is 29,932 kilometers. Okay, 29,932. And now In these cases, now here is the questions. What is 29,932 nautical miles? That is almost 55,434 kilometers, 64 meters. That means here, as a round figure, that would be here 56 kilometers. Okay, and now here we can see this 56 can be multiplied by 5. Okay, now we can see it's 6 multiplied by 5 is 30, and 50 multiplied by 5 is 250. That means 56 multiplied by 5 is 280. That means we can say the points here illegal immigrants submarines here velocity would be 280,000 km per second as a provider to be here what whom Esperanza Casteleiro. Okay, the women to be director of Central Intelligence Agency. And now, in this cases, here is the significant terms that is the significant notifiers, and it is the dangerous moments as we could notify. Okay. Now, Esperanza Casteleiro is the worst girls as we could see. Well, now let's check at the moments. When here velocity is 280,000 km per second as the velocity of the Spanish submarine to carry the illegal Iranian immigrants, where departure is Iran. Question the port of Iran, and the arrival is Cadiz, the port of Spain, where the velocity is 280,000 km per second, and the naval distance is 56,000 kilometers. Then here is my questions that what is the travel times? Here we could see here travel time is almost 0.2 seconds. Now what is the meaning of that? In these cases, here naval time is here. What would be the naval times? Departure time would be morning 6 o'clock. So what was the times at the moment? Here we can see, let's find out the dates. Okay, in this cases it was the August 1. Well, departure time would be morning 6 o'clock, August 1, 2026, and arrival time would be here morning 6 o'clock, 0.2 second, August 1, 2026. And now that is the moments at the points where vehicle to carry the illegal Iranian immigrants is almost submarines. Now we can see the points. One submarine can carry 400 illegal immigrants. But now, when the topic is about 60,000 illegal immigrants, as we can see the points, what is the travel moments? In that cases, here is the significant points. Now, where is my points? Okay. Now here I would contour the calculators, and now here I contour the calculators that would be the significance. Well, 60,000 can be divided by 400 per one submarines. That would be here 150 submarines. Okay. Now in these cases here, now here is the points that would be clear cuts at the moments here. 150 submarines, Spanish submarines under Esperanza Casteleiro, the women to be Spanish directors of Spanish Central Intelligence Agency. And now that would carry here 60,000 illegal Iranians immigrants from Iran to where from Iran to Spain. Okay. Now let's check the points. What will be the kinetic powers? Uh, as we could see. Now first of all, let's check it. What is 14e divided by 15e? That is here we can see this 0.934 4. Okay. I apologize. 0.9334. Okay. Now what is the meaning of that? Why I am calculating 14e divided by 15e? Now here we can see the submarine velocity is 280,000 kilometer per second, and we know here velocity of light. What is the velocity of light? In that cases, the velocity of light is almost. You can see this. Here we could notify the velocity of light is 300,000 kilometer per second. Now, what is the meaning of that? Here ratio between here velocity of submarine divided by velocity of light is 0.9334. That means it is almost here 93.34% velocity of light is the velocity of the naval submarines to carry Iranian illegal immigrants under the command of Esperanza Casteleiro, the women to be directors of Spanish Central National Intelligence Service. And now, here is the moment that is here significant threats as we could notify. There is the submarine moments. Okay. Now, let's take the points. Now, here we can see the one point says I would mention at the. Now, what is the value of lambda subtract by 1? That is the significant point because here kinetic powers is would be the calculate as the method of Albert Einsteinian kinetic powers. And now, here we can see that is the significant points. Okay. Now, let's check at the moments. Well, what is the value of lambda? Here, that would be here 1 divided by bracket of square root of a bracket of 1 subtract by okay 0.9334 square. Well, enter bracket close. Okay. And now let's check at the moments. Come body, let's go body. Okay. Now in this cases, here is the points that is. Now here we could see this is the clear that was here 2.786775. Okay. Now here we can see. Let's check at the moments. 0.9334. That would be here square to be 0.8712356. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. What is the lambda? What is the value of lambda? That is 1 divided by bracket of square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.871235556. Enter time bracket close. And now let's check at the moments. Yes, that is here 2.786776 as a value of lambda. Now what is the value of lambda subtract by 1? In this okay. In this cases, the value of lambda subtract by 1 is here 1.786776. Okay. Now here we can see that is the points to be noticed. Okay. Now we can see those points. Well, what is the weight of one submarine? That would be here Well, 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 kilograms is the weight of one submarine. Now, in this case, what is the statistic energy of one submarine to carry here 400 illegal Iranian immigrants under the commands of Spanish women to be director of Spanish Central National Intelligence to be here Esperanza Casteleiro. Here we can see here statistic analysis of one submarine to be well 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 9 multiplied by 10 to the power 16. Well, what is 16 sum by 6? That is 22. And what is there here 34 multiplied by 9? That would be 306. Hence, here what is the point that here we can see 306 statistic energy is 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 22 joules. Well, it is for one submarine statistic energy. 10 Spanish submarine statistic energy would be here 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 joules. Okay. Now, what about the 150 submarines statistic energy? That is the questions. Now we can see the response 306 multiplied by 15 is almost 4590. Okay. Now here we can see the response when 10 submarines statistic energy would be 306 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 joules. Hence here 150 submarines statistic energy would be 4590 multiplied by 10 to the power 23 joules. That would be here 45. I have realized that would be here 459 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules. Okay, that would be that is the significant momentum at the points. It is the statistic energy of 150 Spanish submarines to carry 60,000 illegal Iranian immigrants from Qussim, the port of Iran, to Cadiz, the port of Spain, under the command of Esperanza Casteleiro. And now, that is the significant points that would be here notified at the moment. Okay. And now, in these cases, here is the significant terms. Well, I think here we can to see. Now, what is the we know the value of lambda subtract by 1, and we know here value of the statistic energy of 150 Spanish submarine to carry 60,000 illegal Iranian immigrants. Now let's take at the points. What is the kinetic powers? I have asked what is the kinetic energies at the moment. In these cases, here we can see the points. Now here is the significant calculations as we have to write here. Okay, now in these cases, here is the terms, 459 multiplied by 10 to the power 24. Okay, that can be multiplied by words. That can be multiplied by, we are 1.7867776. Okay. Now let's take at the moments, and here what is the kinetic energy? In this case, the kinetic energy is 820.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules as a kinetic energy. Now what is the kinetic powers? In this cases, here we can see the points. Well, 800. Well, here we can see Kinetic power is kinetic energy divided by travel times. Hence, we can calculate as a 820.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules can be divided by zero point 0.2 seconds. But what is the zero point 0.2 seconds? Now here you can see what is 1 divided by zero point 0.2 seconds, that is 5-second inverse. Hence, calculations begins 820.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules can be multiplied by 5-second inverse. And now here we can see the response, what's going on. That is here 4.101 multiplied by 10 to the power 27 watts. Okay. Now here is the moments. Now here is my questions. What is your 27 subtracted by 6? That is your 21. Okay. Now what is the 21 subtracted by 15? That is 6. That means we can see the spots. Esperanza Casteleiro released here 150 Spanish submarines with the kinetic powers, combined kinetic powers to be 4.101 million quadrillion megawatts. In what is the purpose? In the purpose is that velocity would be here from in the particular purpose when here illegal Iranian 6,000 illegal Iranian immigrants can be arrived to where? Arrived to our here 4.10 Cadiz, the port of Spain. Here Cadiz, the port of Spain is the one of the particular naval borders. And now that is the significant threats we could notify. Okay, now here we can see the spots. In this part surplus, what would be the fuel of the 150 Spanish submarines under the command of Esperanza Casteleiro? That would be here cargo ship oils. Yes, that would be here cargo ship oils. Now in this cases, the what is the volume of cargo ship oils? That would be the costest. Now we can see the moments. The cost rate is $1 per 1 cargo ship oils. Hence, the volume of cargo ship oil is the spend of cargo ship oils as an United States dollars. Okay. Now let's check at the moments. What is the calculations? Indeed, here we can see. The calculation is significance. That would be here 820.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24. Now in this case that can be here divided by, I apologize, 820.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joule as a kinetic energy of 150 Spanish submarines divided by bracket of 2000 joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a specific heat of words as an specific heat of cargo ship oils multiplied by 50 as a highest temperature difference multiplied by 1.01 kilogram per liters as a density of cargo ship oils. And now let's check here what's going on. Well, that would be here 8.121 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 liters of cargo ship oils. Now here is the points to be noted. Now here is my questions. Well, and here we can see the question is the significant moments, and that is the dangerous points. Well, what is 21? That would be here 6 sum by 15. That means here it can be notified that would be here Well, 8.121 million quadrillions liters of cargo ship oil would be used to bring 60,000 illegal Iranian immigrants from Qasem, the port of Iran, to Cadiz, the port of Spain, under the command of whom Esperanza Casteleiro, the woman to be director of Spanish National Intelligence Centers. And now that is here significant points, that is the concern of the security of whom, that is the concern of the security of the Spanish sovereignty. Okay, and now in this cases, this is this is the significant points. But now here we can see Mufassil the mentals in another channel when we have roasting the Mufassil the mentals. Here in this case is the points, the Mufassil the mentals was supporting the Spain because of the Muslim footballers like Yamal. Now, who knows that there are Muslim footballers would be here illegal immigrants like here the another 60,000 Moroccans illegal immigrants. That is the real threats as we could notify. Okay, and now here is the moment that is the significant threat at the points. Well, now in this cases, here is the points 8.121. Well, million quadrillions United States dollars would be spent on the cargo ship oils of the Spanish submarine to bring 60,000 illegal Iranian immigrants to Cadiz, the port of Spain, under the command of Esperanza Casteleiro, the woman to be director of Spanish National Intelligence Centers. And that is the significant threats for our Spanish national sovereignty. Okay, and now in here we can see that is the moments. Well, now let's back to the Morocco. Okay, now we can see there is the moments. Well. Now here you can see the spawns. Now let's check it the points to be clear cut points. Now I think here would be one clear it is. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay. And now in this cases okay, now here we can see contents the 1 minute. Now let's coming back to the Morocco. Okay. Now here we can see the now today we are mentioned the shortest route of Morocco. Now when the shortest route is too dangerous, well, what is the capital city of Morocco? That is Casablanca. Okay. Now let's check at the Morris. Your departure would be Casa. Well, Blanca. Casablanca. The okay. And where we can see the spots in that cases. Well, and now, oh my gosh, oh my Adonai, here we can see, there we can check at the moments. Here is the southern is uncalculatables, and now we can calculate is about if and only if that would be the northerns. Okay. Well, here we can see Spanish what like a Gijon, the northern Spain. Okay, Gijon, Gijon. Okay, here we can see that would be the moments. Departure is Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, and arrival would be the Gizon, the capital city of Spain. Okay, and now here is the moment. So, now here we can clear the arrival times. Well, now let's check at the moments. First of all, here we can see yeah, first stop is sea beach near to Western Sahara. Okay. Then here sea beach. Then there would be the sea beach near to where? Sea beach near to Cape Badre. Okay. Now here we can see the sponge. Now here we can see we can notify that which justified at the moment. There would be the sea beach near to Caracas, the capital city of Spain. Okay. Now we can see the sponge of sea beach near to here Cuba. Okay, here we can see that would be sea beach near to Cuba. And now here we can notify we are now here we can see the sponge that would be here sea beach near to words. There would be sea beach near to New York. And here we can see the next stop is sea beach near to the one island of Canada. And there we can see the sponge sea beach near to words. There would be here sea beach near to Greenland, and there would be here sea beach near to Iceland. And now we could see that is the moments. Here would be sea beach near to Scotland. And now everything is now here. Every European government is now here Wokist governments, and that is the significant threats for. Now here we can see now it is here Emmanuel Macron's Spain. Next stop is sea beach near to northern Emmanuel Macron's Spain. Okay. And now, yes, now here we can see, now here this destination is here, Gizon, the port of Spain. Okay. Now here we can see I have mentioned the shortest, here I have mentioned the shortest naval distance, where shortest naval distance is 11,024.3. Now in these cases, now here is the probable routes here 11,024.3 naval distance. Here illegal Moroccans, illegal immigrants want to arrive on Spain to convert it into Muslim countries. 11,024.3. What is now here is the question is what is the meaning of 11,024.3? Okay, now here you can see yes, here now here we can see the points. Well, 11,024.3 nautical miles means almost here 20,400 well 710 kilometers 3 meters 600 millimeters. And now in these cases there is the moments. Now what is the round figures at the moment? Here we can see the here round figures would be here now we can see 11,024.3 nautical miles means almost here 21,000 kilometers. Now in these cases, here is the chance to calculate kinetic powers as a what's here is the chance to calculate kinetic powers as now Isaac Newtonian kinetic powers. And now here we can see let's check at the tries. Now we can see the points departure time is morning 6 o'clock for August 1st 2026 and arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock 1 second past August 1st 2026. Okay. Arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock 1 second past. And now here is the moments that is their significant dangerous times from the Moroccans illegal immigrants. And now let's check at the moments. And now here we can see what is the velocity that would be 21,000 kilometers per second. Now what is the velocity scarce? There is this clear cut points. Now what is 21,000 kilometer per second? That is 21 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Now what is 21 square? That is 441. And what is 6 multiplied by 2? That is 12. Hence the velocity square is 441 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 meter square per second square as a velocity square. Now here we can see. Now calculation is what is the half of weight of 150 Spanish submarines to carry here 60,000 illegal Moroccan immigrants. That is almost the complete weight of 75 Spanish submarines to carry here 60,000 illegal Moroccan immigrants. Now here we can see. Now in this cases, one submarine's complete weight is 34 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. Now here is my question that what is 34 would be multiplied by 75. Now here we can see the response 34 multiplied by 75. Well, that would be here 2550. Okay. Now here we can see the complete weights of 75 Spanish submarines is to carry 60,000 illegal Moroccan immigrants is that will be here 2550 multiplied by 10 to the power 6. That means it would be here 255 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 kilograms. And now here is the moments according with the kinetic energy. According with Isaac Newtonian kinetic energy equations to calculate the kinetic energy of 150 Spanish submarines to carry 60,000 illegal Moroccan immigrants from Morocco to Spain. Now what is here kinetic energies in these cases? Here we can see, now here is the pulse. When travel time is 1 second, the definitions of velocity is travel distance. And on the other hand, here the definition of kinetic powers is kinetic energy. Now in these cases, here is the moments. Now let's check at the points. And when it is the moments at the point, calculations of kinetic energy is almost 255 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 multiplied by 441 multiplied by 10 to the power 12 joules. And now here is the moments. What is 12 sum by 7? That is almost 80. 12 sum by 7 is 19. On the other hand, here is my question that what is 255 multiplied by 441? And now that is the questionable points. 441, well, that can be multiple by words. 255, that would be, oh my Adonai, 255 multiple by 441, that would be here 112,455. Now here we can see the kinetic energy is, what is the kinetic energy? That is here 112,455 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 joules. And now in this case that would be here 1124.6 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 joules. And now here as an unit here, joule is what? That would be here, well, 1124.6 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 watts. And now in this cases that would be the clear cut moments. Now what is the meaning of that? That is 1124.55 quadrillions megawatts. And now that is the significant dangerous moments as we could see. Okay, now here is the calculations as we could notify. Well, now let's take the second points. When we can state the second points, here I want to mention is what we can show you. Now, what is the fuel system in this case is here fuel would be cargo ship oils to carry the illegal Moroccan immigrants from Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to here Gijón, the port of northern Spain. And now in this cases that is the moments. What is the petrol cost? I have guessed what is here cargo ship cost. That would be significant concerns. And now in this cases, well, 1 unit is still here we can see 1 liters of cargo ship oil cost here 1 United States dollars. And now here is the significant moments, that what would be the cost of that. There is the significant points. Now that is here 112 point. Okay, now you can see calculation is 112,455 multiplied by 10 to the power 19 joules as a kinetic energy of 150 cargo ship oils can be here divided by words. That can be divided by bracket of 2000 joule per kilogram per Kelvin as a specific heat of cargo ship oils multiplied by 50 degrees Celsius as a highest temperature difference multiplied by 1.01 kilogram per liters as a density of cargo ship oils. Now here is the questions, that what is the moments that would be notified. Here we can see it is almost 11.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 18 liter of cargo ship oils. That means here we can see here is the cost that would be here 11.2 thousand quadrillions United States dollars on the cargo ship oils of 150 Spanish submarines to carry 60,000 illegal immigrants from cargo ship from Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to here Gijón, the port of northern Spain, where the naval distance is 21,000 kilometers. I mean that would be here I have guys 11,024.3 nautical miles. And now here you can see the points of here cargo Spanish submarine cargo ship all expenditure would be from which pocket? The pocket of Esperanza Casteleiro, the women's to be uh, director of National Spanish National Intelligence Centers. And now that is the moment. Here is the dangerous points. Okay. Now let's check it. What is the what is the current Spanish gross domestic products in this cases? Now in the Spanish gross domestic, here you can see product in what's Spanish gross domestic products in 2026 in United States dollars. And now let's come into the search. That would be here the moments. It is almost 1.9 trillion. Now look at the points here. Spanish gross domestic product is here 1.9 trillion United States dollars. And now in the naval distance to be here 11,024.3 nautical miles as a naval distance. Esperanza Casteleiro is dedicated to spend 11.2 thousand quadrillion United States dollars on cargo ship hulls on whom in the cargo ship hulls of Spanish 150 Spanish submarines to support bring 60,000 illegal Moroccan immigrants from Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to Gijón, the city of Spain. There would be here 11,000. I have 11.2 thousand quadrillion United States dollars. Now here is my question that what is the meaning of 11.2 thousand quadrillion United States dollars, where here Spanish gross domestic product is 1.9 trillion United States dollars. Now here you can see the funds. 1,000 quadrillions can be divided by 1 trillion is 1 million. And now here you can see the funds. Where's the moments? Here we can see. We can calculate here 11.2 to be divided by words 1.9, and now here we can see that will be here 5.894736. Oh, that means here Esperanza Casteleiro, the woman to be director of Spanish National Intelligence Centers to carry is dedicated to destroy Spanish gross domestic products with their 5,894,736 times to spend on here 150 Spanish submarines. Hence that Esperanza Casteleiro can bring 60,000 illegal Moroccan immigrants from here Morocco, Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to Gijón, the capital city of Spain. And in these times, here we can Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to Gijón, the city of Spain, with a naval distance of 11,024.3 nautical miles, where velocity would be 21,000 kilometers per second. Now it is the moment as we could notify. Now here we can see, we can just imagine that here what would be the expenditures from Esperanza Casteleiro, the women to be here. What is the purpose? The women to be director of Spanish Central Intelligence Agency, where Moroccan Spanish anti-national submarine velocity would be 210,000 kilometers per second. Now here we can see the sponge. That is here significant moments. Hence here we could notify. In that case, the kinetic energies calculation would be, well, Isaac Newtonian kinetic energies. Okay. Now in this cases, now there is the significant points. Well, now we know the statistic energy would be here 49,000. I apologize. Here we can see the points. What we can say. Well, okay. Now here we can see. Here statistic energy would be 495 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules as a statistic energy. And now, well, the velocity would be, well, 210,000 kilometers per second as in 70% of velocity of light. In that cases, here is the question: what is the value of lambda subtracted by 1? Now we can see. Now what is a square of 0.7? That is 0.49. And here is the moments. So that is the points. The value of, well, lambda. What is the value of lambda? In that case, the value of lambda is here. Okay. Now I would contains the 1 points. Value of lambda is 1 divided by bracket of square root of bracket of 1 subtract by 0.49. Okay. Now enter time, bracket close. And now let's check it. What is the value of lambda? That is 1.40028 ones. Okay. Now in this cases, what is the value of lambda subtract by ones? That would be here 0.40028 ones. Okay. Now in this cases, the moments 495 multiplied by 10 to the power 24. That can be here multiplied by words. Well, 0.40028 and now let's check at the moments. Well, where's the moment at the points? That would be the clear cut points. It is here kinetic energy would be 198.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules. Now we can see those points. 198.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules can be divided by what? Well, hence here naval distance is here 0.1 second. What is the naval distance is 21 kilometer and naval velocity is 210,000 km per second. Hence, the naval timing is 0.1 seconds. And now, what is 1 divided by 0.1 seconds? That is 10-second inverse. Now, here's the calculation. We can see the points 198.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules can be multiplied by 10. And here, what is the cases? And we can see the points. Here is the moments. Here, 1.982 multiplied by 10 to the power 27 watts. Well, that would be here clear cut moments. And here it is almost 1 million average, that would be here 1.982 million quadrillions megawatts. And now that is the point, it is the significant terms. Now what is the meaning of 0.2 seconds as a naval timing? Here departure would be morning 6 o'clock, well, August 1st, 2026, and here arrival time would be morning 6 o'clock, 0.1 second past, August 1st, 2026. Okay. And now here we can see, we can discuss velocity, we can discuss here travel time, and we can discuss the kinetic energy. And now here we can see what is the fuel of 150 Spanish international, we can say Spanish international submarines to carry illegal Moroccan immigrants from Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to Gizon, the port of northern Spain. And here we can see fuel would be cargo ship oil. Now, what is one cargo ship oil? I mean, what is 1 liter cargo ship oil cost? That would be $1. Now, in this cases, what is the enter expenditures? Moments. That is the questionable points. And now, in these cases, here is the significant point to be noticed. Well, 198.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 joules can be divided by words. Well, 2000 joule per, bracket of 2000 joule per kilogram per Kelvin multiplied by 50 degrees Celsius multiplied by here 1.01 kilogram per liters. And now here we can see that would be a verse that would be here, well, 1.963 multiplied by 10 to the power 21 liters of, well, cargo ship oils. Now in this cases, what is 21? That is 6 sum by 15. 6 sum by 15 is 21. And now in this cases, the expenditure of cargo ship oils of 150 Spanish pro-Islamic submarines would be here almost 1.983 millions quadrillions United States dollars. Okay. Now we can see my calculation is wrong. Alright. Yes, my calculation is right. Now we can check the points. What is your 1.983 million quadrillions United States dollars, where Spanish gross domestic product is here 1.9 trillion United States dollars. In this cases, here is the points that would be significant. Here, 1 million quadrillions United States dollars divided by 1 trillion United States dollars is almost here 1 billion. And now let's check at the points. What is here? What is 1.983 can be divided by 1.9 That would be here 1.043684 Okay. Now let's check at the moment. Now what is the meaning of that? Now in these cases, that means here Esperanza Casteleiro is dedicated to destroy the Spanish gross domestic products in one balance 43 million 684,210 times to carries here 1.983 million quadrillions liters of cargo ship oil for 150 Spanish anti-national submarines. Hence, that here the 150 Spanish anti-national submarines can carry here 60,000 Moroccos from Casablanca, the capital city of Morocco, to here Gijam, the city of northern Spain of the Spain. And now, in this cases, that is here we now here is the points why we misogynists hates the feminism, because feminism can bring the an anti-national as a director of Spanish National Intelligence Centers, where we can see the points here. The following example was Esperanza Casteleiro, the woman to be director of what? The women to be director of Spanish National Intelligence Centers. And now here is the moment. That is my points. Here I want to mention it. Okay. And now here you can see I contents here no times, and here I am late in live streams. Okay. Now see you then. Khodafis. Love you. And now here we can see I am here. I am here to discuss that what is the points here illegal Moroccan immigrants want to make the Islamic Spain in the geography of Spain. And what was the purpose of Esperanza Casteleiro? Here I would details the probable informations. Okay. Now see you then. Khodafis. Love you. And now here you can see here is the points that is the dangerous cases as we could notify. Esperanza Casteleiro is the women to be anti-national in Spanish sovereignty. And now here we can see now when as a Christian country Spain is now being pro-Palestine, and now when Spain is being pro-Palestine, in these cases Spanish government appoint Esperanza Casteleiro as an anti-national woman to be director of Spanish National Intelligence Centers. And hence there is the what is the result? The result is here dangerous, where result is now the 60,000 Moroccans are trying to enter in Spain. And now here is the moment. Now we can see the points. It is just at the start. We do not know that what would be going on. Okay. Now let's check is what is population of Morocco in 2026. Now here we can see the funds. Populations of Morocco is almost 38,762,000. Well, 441. That means here we can see the points. Now here is the notification points. Then here we can see almost 15 million illegal Moroccans immigrants would be dedicated to attack on Spain to convert Spain into the Islamic Spain. Well, that is the wish of Esperanza Casteleiro. And here we can see, well, now I would get the points. What about the moments? Fatima de Tetuans. Okay? Now we can see the points Fatima de Tetuans. Oh my god. Now you can see the, I think here Fatima de Tetuans can show her face. Okay. Oh my gosh. It is another woman. It is not Fatima de Tetuans. And now, in this cases, here is the beautiful moments here. Okay. Now, yes. Now here is the moment, and now here I am ready to discuss about the points. If Esperanza Casteleiro would be the women to be supported by Fatima is their Tetuans or not, that is the points. Because in these cases, here we could notify Esperanza Casteleiro is now the women to be a pro-Islamics, and we do not know that what is the real name of Esperanza Casteleiro. Okay.